1, 2.
Hey, Chris, go there.
All right, this is part 2 of War Report. I am your host, Dirty Cuttz, and I'm here with one of my life coaches, Mr. Marlin Wilkins.
What up, what up, what up?
What's going on, brother?
What's good, what's good, what's good?
Ain't that much, man. How
What's
you
up?
doing today, brother?
Hey, always a
Peace
pleasure,
and blessings,
bro.
people. So I'm just fill you in a little bit on what we were talking about today on today's War Report.
Okay.
And we basically was going over reparations, man, and the 5 pillars that we need to have when we're asking for reparations.
Okay.
All right, and so the first one is compensation. How do you feel about that?
Man, I think when we look at reparations, man, I think this is one of those things where we have to really sit back and figure out not only what are we owed, but what are we going to do with it when we get it. You know, that needs to be the plan. You know, whether it's $1, whether it's $1 million, if we don't have a plan for it, it's going to be wasted regardless. So I think the compensation comes down to, I think we have to look at what other people have been compensated for, if you want to call it that, for the Holocaust and other things that have happened, and make an adjustment going from there. But I think the worst thing we can do as a people is to plan so much or think so much about reparations that we don't have a plan for when we get it. Where are we trying to go with it? What do we want this to look like when we're finished with it, right? Mm-hmm. I love the 5 pillars. I love the way that she's laid them out, you know, and I think when we reverse it and we look at where we want to end up with restoration, what do we mean by that? Like you said, the culture. What culture are we talking about? What culture do we want to go back to? Because honestly, do we even know what our culture is?
Actually, we created the hip hop culture. You know, I can't say that.
Mm-hmm.
And that definitely.
I mean, we created a sound.
Well, yeah.
Right.
I mean, my thing is, and that, now, okay. Now listen. Let me get it. Let me go back.
Okay.
Now, it was the late '60s, or it could go back earlier than that. You know, when we started rhyme forming on the beat. But when it really took off, let's just jump up a little bit to in the early '80s when it really jumped off. You know what I'm saying? The culture was there.
Okay.
I can say that hip hop is more so an American culture, because even though it started in the urban community with the black and brown, the suburban kids, the white kids funded it because they the ones that bought majority of the hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
And then once that took off, then you had all these other different nationalities.
Right.
I mean, was attracted to it like flies to shit. You know what I'm saying?
See, you the music man. You know, so you
Right.
understand when culture to you is different when I look at culture, right? I look at culture more so because I'm a marketing and advertising guy, right?
So you're looking at it on broader.
Right. I look at it from more so like when we say culture, you know, we're talking about hip hop. There's still segments within hip hop, right? You know, we have hardcore rap. We have love rap. We still have different segments within hip hop, right? And those different segments are always marketed differently, correct? So yeah, we have a culture, but we also have a culture that can be controlled because it's done every day through programming, right? That's why it's called programming. So we have to be very careful with that as well. Yeah, hip hop is ours, you know, but I think we also have to understand that we have to control the narrative. We have to be in control of the direction to which it's going as well.
Gotcha.
You know, how long can we listen to the same, you know, and I'm not gonna say the same thing because music does evolve, you know, but how long can we listen to, I'm not even gonna say that because I would be lying if I say I didn't listen to it, right? I'm a hip hop head. I listen to, if it's gangster rap to whatever, I listen to it all, right? You know, but I also understand that everybody does not have the mentality to hear all of that too. I'm not gonna, you know, why would I have a 4-year-old to 8-year-old listen to the same stuff that I am as an adult?
Gotcha.
Understand? I can enjoy the music because I can deviate. I can tell the difference between what's real and what's not. But a 4-year-old, 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old, they don't know the difference.
Right. And then they chanting something that they don't even know what they chanting. And you know, and they saying it with full wholehearted.
Exactly.
And
Now,
I don't even realize what they putting out in the atmosphere.
I'm never upset at an artist for putting out his music. And no, I mean that's his right.
Right.
That's what we're here for. This is America, right? Never upset with that. Now, what I am upset with is a parent that doesn't choose to filter that. That's your choice. You're the parent. You have the right to filter that music or filter that video game and filter, you have the right to do that. If we spent more time like our parents were being parents instead of being friends and everything, well that's another conversation.
All right, saying that, let's move on. Number 3. Let's go. Number 3 is rehabilitation, meaning free health care, free mental health care. This also what did I put?
Education.
Right there? Oh yeah, education.
Yeah.
Free education, man, and also education on our history and what really happened, what went down. And I mean, just being real with everything, and also
I agree.
Also, us educating our youth. You know what I'm saying?
We have.
They need to see us more,
man.
Especially the male figure.
Yeah, and they need to see us doing small things. I think that's what's wrong with a lot of people I would say our generation or just in our culture.
That's
right?
real, man.
We only want people to see us doing these huge things with these major accomplishments, right? How often do those come around? But how often do you have small wins?
Right.
You got a small win every day, right? So why not show people that small win, man? That small win to you, bro, it might be something gigantic to somebody else.
Yeah, you're right, man. You're right. It was, because I could see that just even by me coaching football. Little dude, he did good in this game. I got him the mouthpiece he wanted, man. You should have seen how he lit up. Just a little mouthpiece. Ain't cost me no more than $10. You know what I'm saying?
Small win, bro.
Yeah,
Small win for you, but for him, bro, that was life changing.
That's crazy. He always gonna remember me for that.
Yes, sir. So let me one more on that one. So for me, the rehabilitation in our community does start with the educational piece, right? I think in our community we get caught up on a lot of things that we were taught. We go off what mama and them told us, and auntie and them told us, and uncle and them told us, and then all the information was probably outdated or wrong or whatever, right?
Wrong that skin talk to,
So, it's up to us, man. It's up to us to educate ourselves, man. You would be amazed at how far you can put yourself in life, man, just by picking up one book.
Yeah, man.
One book.
You know the old saying, you want to hide something from a Negro, put it in the book.
Put it in the book. But see now we got smart, man. There's things called audible books. We won't even do that. We won't even, man, look, we'll ride a road, man, we'll put earbuds in our ear and listen to all kind of trash all day long.
Yeah.
Won't even listen to dog on 30 minutes of an audio book.
And I tell you what, y'all do go get a book, go get that Powernomics by Dr. Claude Anderson.
Yes, sir.
And Dirty Little Secrets by Dr. Claude Anderson. Change your life, man.
Man, as we're talking about reparations, man, I watched that clip with Dr. Claude when he talks about the Safe Bus Company. And he talks about how we spent so much time worrying about a seat on the white people's bus when we had 300 buses in this city that was ran by us and us only. But
we want to run and sit on their bus.
But we wanted to run and sit on their bus.
We want white only pies.
God, oh my!
Come on, man.
But a lot of, man, I'm about to be 50 next year. So when I say older cats, I mean older cats, 75, them cats. When I talk to them, man, and they talk about those times, and I look at Winston right now, and I said, man, we're only one good move away from all of that.
Right.
Yeah.
They was really doing a lot of things, everything they tried.
And they were working with nothing.
I mean, the was making great progress, but I don't think we realized the growth that we was doing. Cause we so used to working and grinding so hard, man. It was like, you know, it was just a competition thing, and it's like, okay, it's like being on the football squad. Everybody, even though you did something good, you be like, okay, mama, you need to run 3 more, cause that wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we be so hard on each other. I don't think we realized the progress we was making. And then on top of that, when we didn't realize other folk took advantage of it and dismantled it.
Mm-hmm.
Had we realized, I believe we would have formatted some way of protection so that it wouldn't be tampered with or messed with.
Man, I would, I wasn't around during that time, but I would have loved to have seen how it was brought to them. You know what I mean? That idea. Who introduced the idea? Who said, this is not enough? We need to do something. You know what I mean? I want to know who that person was. Who's the person that came and said this is not working? You know what I mean? A lot of questions.
Okay, let's move on, man. Number 4 is the satisfaction, man. Basically, that's dealing with the statues, the Confederate flags, representation of our leaders that's not being properly displaced.
Right.
We needed we need to see some of our leaders on them bills, them $100 bills.
Okay. The one thing that when they started tearing down all these monuments and stuff like that, I had mixed emotions about it, right? Of course, I didn't like what they stood for, but on the other hand, I knew what they stood for, right? That's like going into a building and seeing the sign on the building, and when you walk in that building, you know what you're walking into, right? Those signs sometimes are warning signs.
Signs are very important. Symbolism is very important.
Yes, sir.
That's why it's good to go into that, redirect that. You know what I'm saying? We gotta have our own flag. We gotta have our own representation. We gotta have something to stand on.
Now, you do realize who's typically the one that designs the symbols or places the symbols and those type of things. You know who that person is, right?
Who is that person?
That's usually the victor. That's the person that's winning or the person that's won. That's the one who makes those decisions, bro.
But hell, this ain't like the South couldn't get that through their head. They still want to fly that good old X.
Here again, the victor, right?
So who was really the victor?
I mean, if you look, if I was running a company, if it's my company and it's my company, I dictate who puts what, where, when, where, how, because I design all the logos. I own all of the advertising, printing, marketing, all that stuff, right? I'm just gonna leave it like that. Come on, we gotta start thinking bigger than just what
who really won?
Who really won? I mean, and honestly,
damn.
Think big.
Yeah, think big. What is the what's the end goal? Who's benefiting from it, right?
Yeah, you right about that. Okay, so
do I think we need more things that look like me and you? Yeah. Without a doubt, because our kids deserve to see that, and our grandkids deserve to see that.
Yeah, some kind of identification, man. Because it's like I know as myself as a child trying to grow up to be a man or trying to discover where I come from which I came. There was no true definition of if I came from Africa or was I an indigenous person here, and if I was, what tribe was it? You know what I'm saying? And what was their symbol? How did they live? And do I need to still live like that as a man now? So the better my soul, because I'm that type of. I come from those people. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I damning myself for living this type of way when I should be living this type of way because I'm from them type of people.
I think a lot of that,
You
bro,
get a lot of those questions.
you'll never answer those questions because that's an individual journey, right? You gotta live. You have to, and this always go back to what we always talk about, the life coaching aspect of it, right? Those are questions that only you can answer for yourself. Your path is gonna be your path. Whether and that boils down to, that's more of a religious / spiritual thing, right?
Gotcha.
That's what your moral guide, your moral compass. That's what pulls you. Whatever you believe, right? There are things you know, those things you don't question, and there are things that you believe. Those are the things you're always asking questions about, right?
Right.
So the things you know, that's what you should guide your life off of. The things you believe, those should be speed bumps or changes in direction, right?
Yeah.
Because as you find and you get more light and more guidance from those things, those will direct your path in different directions.
I can dig it. That's what's up, man.
That was deeper than it really was.
Yeah. Okay, so number 5, last but not least, pretty much a guarantee that this won't happen again. And meaning what happened, meaning slavery, chattel slavery in this country. And also having an anti-crime hate bill written up for the Black Americans in this country.
We got so many bills and laws right now that nobody's following. And that's being, I'm a bail bondsman too, right? Been doing that for 20 years. I see it on all different angles and aspects, right? I see it from the poorest of poor to the richest of rich. I see it from the middle. I see it from however you want to see it. I see people go to jail with the same charges. One person might sign himself out. The other person might stay for a little bit. So when we start talking about laws,
Stay, even though they can sign themselves out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a when someone gets institutionalized, a way in is a way in. Just like your way out will be a way out, their way in is a way in. Bro, I have seen people literally get out of jail, stay out for 2 or 3 days, go to a convenience store and steal a cracker just to go back. Man, this stuff is real, bro. This stuff is real. You understand? So when I hear about laws and things like that, man, we just had a very, 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 well, we're still having a runoff, I think, right? For DA, I don't even keep up with it anymore. I'm in that industry, right? Because for me, that inside doesn't matter. The only part that matters to me is the outside. That's where I can help people. Number one, I can help you get out. Number 2, I can help when you get out. I can help you find a job, right? I can find you some type of assistance if you got mental health issues. Those are the type of things that I like to do, right?
Right.
So for me, laws, until they're changed, unfortunately for me, it doesn't affect me in that way, if that makes sense, right? Because people are always going to go to jail if that makes sense.
Right.
But I always want to see things that's going to better not only my life, but my kids' life and everybody's life is in.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. There you have it, man. There you have it. We got some perspectives from some great minds tonight. I want to thank all you guys for coming out, for tuning in to our edition of War Report. I am Dirty Cuttz, and this is Marlin Wilkins, one of my life coach and entrepreneur, and we signing off, man. Make sure you go to YouTube, like and subscribe.
For sure.
Don't stare, but share. Write something down in the comment and hit the little bell, you know what I'm saying, for the reminders when we posting our newest content. Also, man, holla at my boy Chris Beats. If you need some beats, flyers, or whatever.
Definitely them flyers. If you saw the Mary Garber flyers, appreciate it, Chris. Shout out.
You know what I mean?
Hey, look, I'm sorry. Look, one quick shout out, man. I got to shout out the Parkland Mustang lady Mustang basketball team for
Okay.
taking home the Mary Garber this year. Also want to shout out, I need to get the young man's name, but Parkland is getting ready to go to DC for a tournament. They were the only team out of North Carolina that got invited up. The curator for the National Black Historic Museum is actually a Parkland alumni. So
Okay.
he is going to give them a tour of the museum while they're up there, man. So big shout out
man.
to Parkland High School doing
Yo,
big things.
shout outs to Parkland, little Mustangs. That's what's up, man. Also, if you feel a little generous, go ahead and hit us on that Cash App, Dirty Talk Pod. You know what I'm saying? We'll have the information down at the bottom, left, right hand corner, whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you feel a little generous, you know, you can donate a little something. Let us hold something. You know what I'm talking about? Also, if you go to our Instagram page, we have some merch on sale, man. You know, we got the Don't Stare But Share shirts. You know, we got the flops, hats, all that good stuff, man. Check out the merch, man. You know, and spread the love, man. You know, let everybody know that we're here, and we ain't going nowhere. So, yeah, all right, you could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all here with our stinking little asses. Peace, love, and hair grease. See you next time.